Good morning, guys. It's Dr. Mo. And although today is not a social media work day, I am doing the underground business stuff today. And I thought, well, hey, maybe our listeners, readers, people can benefit. So I'm getting on here for, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes, maybe a little longer. Depends how long my coffee lasts to get on and do a live. Most of these are for patients, these are public. So, a couple things. We do lots of patient stuff. This is not a HIPAA compliant space. I'm a doctor. I'm not your doctor here. I'm just some random person on the internet providing you with some education. So it's not medical advice. But I want to say hi to people and say, hey, what can we talk about today? And we're getting back to basics. The short I posted today was on goal setting because I had a thought this morning that was, I don't know, disturbing, I guess. And it was like, I'm too old. Too old to like want the things I want to change the world, want to change medicine. And the naysayer voice kind of sucked. So, it's funny because we talk about these health changes and nutrition changes and changes, right? Well, because we have to improve. The universe moves toward entropy. So if you don't improve, if you don't push the rock up the hill, it will roll down. Okay. So if you don't strength train, you will get weaker. If you don't monitor your food intake in some way, shape, or form, right? I'm not saying we've got to go hardcore keto with 20 grams of carbs a day. I'm not saying we've got to starve ourselves, but if you don't monitor what you do, you will get worse. It's just sort of how it goes. So, really, what I wanted to do today is talk about the basics, chat about what's on my brain, and test out my new software. So, there you go. Um, let's see. I want to see if anyone. So there's chats, but I'm checking my sites. There's chats. I gotta go check YouTube. See how that's going. Let's switch channels, switch accounts. So you guys get to see this is testing. So I'm like, start asking questions. Let's see. So there's
hold
chats.
on.
Let me mute myself. There we go. All right. Nobody has anything in the chat. Okay, so I want to test the software because supposedly it gets all my comments into one chat window. So if you have questions, ask. All right, let's get back to the nutrition. That's what today's about. Today is, if you've read Dan Sullivan and Ben Hardy's 10x is easier than 2x, they talk about Dan Sullivan's breakdown of days. He's got 3 different days, and he kind of thinks of like a football player or a dancer or a performer, where their performance days are the days that they work their trade. So normally that would be my social media days, my education days, getting stuff out there to you guys. I'm sneaking a little bit in today just because I need to try out the software. So why not? So anyhow, but this goal setting thing, it's like you can't do everything every day, right? And what that was doing, it was just setting me up. Talk about the doubter voices. It was terrible. It was like, well, I've got 25 things to do today, and I can only get 3 of them done. So that makes me a failure in 22 things. Where instead of setting what are the 3 priorities I've got today, what do I have to do with those? And there are some priorities that are every day, right? For me, movement is a priority every day. That's not a priority, that's identity. That's dog butt. He's chasing the pool cleaner. It's still nice enough outside today. It's supposed to be 86 degrees today. But it's setting yourself up for failure. And I was talking to my provider yesterday, and I said, I just want these food struggles to be over. And I feel like it should be an instant thing, but the more I wish for an instant fix, the more I get frustrated. If I accept the fact that it's a gradual thing, I mean, I'm at goal weight. That's not the goal. That's why I hate goal weight. That's not the goal. The goal is a good life, right? It's not a size 2 dress. Nobody gives a shit. Let's be honest. It's a good life. If you dig into why people want things, it's because you want it. And Dan Sullivan says this in his books, and Ben Hardy. I want to give them both credit because they're amazing. But you want something because you want it. And shortchanging yourself on like trying to justify, I think that's part of this, right? Because you have to justify to the naysayers. My shirt today says I can do hard things. Because I wanted to make sure I got to the gym. And I did. So, but the naysayers are whatever. Who cares? Like, you want a goal because you want it. And if you want to be healthier and somebody says, well, who are you to want to be healthier? It's kind of a ridiculous statement if you think about it. So, much like anything else, my goal is to get out there and show people you're not alone. Okay. You have a place to go. We're developing a network of providers. I tried to do it on Facebook a while ago, where I had a group of providers I was trying to get providers we trusted in a group to help out people with long-term weight management. That flopped. Talk about starting a group for spam. That was my brilliant idea. Not much foresight there. That's why I have Ashley, our practice manager. It's like, what would Ashley do? She thinks ahead. And then there's Neil, who keeps me like super conservative. So, which is good. So I'm the pie in the sky. Hey, can we do this? No. Oh, damn it. Okay. Well, what about this? Oh yeah, that sounds good. Okay, great. That's why you don't do things by yourself. But you can get a provider that's going to help you on your journey. You can get a provider that doesn't judge you for being on medication and maintenance. You can get a provider who listens to you and says, hey, how can I reduce my cardiovascular risk? Both of my parents died and I want to be there for my kids. You can get a provider who, I just got sprayed by the pool cleaner. You can get a provider who will be real and have a dog in the background. Well, sure. He's my guard dog against the pool cleaner. He didn't work quite that time. But, you can find the people, especially in the world of telehealth, right? You can find the people that resonate with you. And I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I know this, right? I prefer coffee, thanks. But I get it. But I do have a network of providers that might be your cup of tea. If Myra from Join Mochi, I absolutely trust her care. I absolutely trust her care. And I trust her to provide good care at a sustainable price point for patients, right? Same with Nikki Baldwin. I've got a couple other providers in smaller pockets of states, but Nikki and I, along with Neil and Ashley, are working on a program to train other providers. Any hope for Illinois provider anytime soon? The chat is working. Life is good. See? Problem solved. Illinois, we don't have a provider we have Indiana, not Illinois. It's the other state up there. I grew up north. So, but not, Nikki Baldwin is in Illinois, telehealthconnect.biz, or she's on Push Health still. She does both platforms. And Baldwin. So yeah, so if I can't see you, or my colleagues in AMS can't see you, people in Illinois or whatever states can go to Nikki Baldwin. She is only not in Pennsylvania. I think she got her third set of fingerprints because they weren't good enough. I mean, they're the same fingerprints, whatever. So she's been working on that for like 8 months. That is her last state. She's licensed in 49 states plus DC. So we're getting there. Anyhow, I know my live today is all about just goals. That's it. Because I needed to inspire myself and shut down that voice. It's one thing to have food noise, right? That's gone for right now. So that's nice. But the other voice is I should just sit and do nothing. I should just watch our healthcare system implode. I'm like, no, because those are real people who are getting hurt. They're not getting good service, which sucks. If I live in Illinois, can I go Indiana for treatment? That's a really good question, actually. Or is it based on where you live? You need to have, technically for the government, right, which is what we really care about is the laws. Telehealth must be, so it's kind of a little crazy. Telehealth must be rendered in the state you're in at the time. But in practice, with my lawyer, people have to live in the state that I am legally able to provide. I need to do a little bit more research on that because it really annoys me that it actually says that you have to be in that state. Well, then what's the use of having any state laws? Because you could just go anywhere. Oof, man, that's tough. Yeah, I need to do some research on that for sure. Technically, though, we don't. You have to have a residence in the state in which we provide care. So, like some of our patients have a house in Texas and a house in California. California, we don't provide service in, but they have a house in Texas, so they're here half the year. We can provide service because we're in Texas. So yeah, but I would do Nikki Baldwin for Illinois for now. I would do, that's the safest way to go. She's in Illinois, Indiana. she's everywhere. And right now she's transitioning a bit into a lifestyle medicine practice. Right now she does a ton of urgent care. She'll like line you up for PCP appointments, which is super cool. So if you're like, oh my God, I need to get into my PCP, but I want to go in with lab work, you can get a hold of her and she'll order your lab work so you have it ready to go to your PCP. So that kind of thing is really cool. And she'll discuss lab results or send you to the ER, God forbid, if needed. I know it is a bummer. It's a total bummer. I don't understand. So here's, and now granted, these telehealth regulations were done in an age where telemedicine was not what it is today. So we are so open now. Communication is so open, so easy to obtain. You can hop on. And what is the difference between hopping on with your provider? There's no difference. But the way state governments like it is that they have individual states, and like we have to pay for medical licenses in each state. Funny thing, not funny, kind of ironic and stupid, is that I don't run the universe though. I don't want to. I can't even run my own little corner of it. But if I'm going to prescribe controlled substances, which I don't, unless I'm in the ER and I'm looking at you, hands on. But if I'm going to prescribe controlled substances, I have to get a DEA license or DEA number license in every state. Not just a medical license. You've got to get a DEA license. The DEA is a federal organization. It's like $900 a state. So I don't really understand that. Not that anyone needs to hear this. This is me just wondering how things got out of hand. And it is. It's like if you build a building, right? And the building needs to house more people. What happens is you add on this room, and then you add on that room, and then you add on this part, and then you add on that part. And so at the end, it looks like this hodgepodge that's a super inefficient house that doesn't house anyone really well. That's kind of our medical system. So we're trying like hell to deal with the need for medical care, especially now. Like we've got these lifestyle diseases, right? So this is why I'm trying to go to the other side and maybe help reverse or prevent. But so we've got this hodgepodge of a medical system that no one can find the friggin' bathroom. I mean, we're in a house with 45 rooms and there's one bathroom and nobody knows where to go. So anyhow, all right. Bureaucrats can't keep pace with technology. Yeah, that's exactly it. And think about it this way. Technology moves so damn fast. So fast. Like this past year, it's just been incredible. We decided to go with, as a business at AMS, we decided to go with an electronic medical records system that was established because I thought, here's me, right? Brilliant. I don't know how to do support. I don't know how to do anything. So I'm just going to go with what's out there. Well, what's out there doesn't fit our business at all. We use 20%, maybe, and that 20% isn't as functional as I'd like it to be. And the 80% that we pay for, we don't use. And I'm like, great. So I've wasted, $1,000 a month. And of course, it's under contract, of course, because that's how it works. And it's just frustrating. It's just very, very frustrating. So what are we doing? Yeah, it's Active Medical Solutions. We take action and we find solutions. We are developing our own EMR. We are go live. We are go live in testing phase this month. My meeting with the developers is actually in 25 minutes. And so we're doing it. We're developing an EMR that is built for primarily asynchronous telehealth practices. It's very simple. It's everything you need and nothing you don't. Why? Is it because I want to sell it for $20 million? Just saying. Okay, not really. No, it's not. It's because I want to use it. Like we need something out there that does something well. Something simple. I mean, actually, the reason why I'm testing this software, It's at 15 minutes already. The reason why I'm testing this software is I'm looking for somewhere to live stream to both YouTube and Facebook at the same time. I would love to do TikTok at the same time, but I can't because I am not approved to do so. If anyone's got any insight on that, let me know. I might have, that was really funny. Lena, our social media manager, do some research into that for me. But anyhow, the reason I'm testing is because I want the simplest multi-streaming software. I obviously am not editing my videos. I'm obviously not doing all, you need my content. You need what's in my brain, out my mouth. Take what you like and leave the rest, right? So I want things that are simple, right? Our business model is simple, sustainable service, right? So we keep our price point at a level where we can pay our people, yet, and return some money to the business, right? Because it's sustainable. And we can pay our people, we return money to the business, and it's a sustainable price point for patients. I was looking at a provider site today, and I was floored, I'll be honest, at how expensive things were. And there's no contract, so that's a plus. But like at AMS, we have for our patients, and this is just the way we choose to do business, right? Everyone can choose to do business differently. When I train other providers, I'm not going to tell them how to do this. That's not my job. My job is to teach them, you need to do what feels good here. You need to do what feels right to you. So I'm doing a grassroots effort to change medicine here. But like with AMS, if you have an urgent care concern, you can just text us and it's no charge when you are our patient. So, say you get a prescription from us every month for, I don't know, whatever, metformin, okay? And you use our educational resources, which if you are a patient on here, they are not meant to be optional. So you use our educational resources, you take your medicine, we're getting better, we're getting some metabolic repair, life's getting, holy crap, I can sit in an airplane seat without the extra seatbelt extender. My butt feels really bony on Disney rides, things are getting good, let's go to the next level. But holy crap, I think I have a UTI. You just text us and that's it. Because you're paying for our care. You pay for our care throughout the month. And we always want a monthly check-in. So this is not a true concierge service where you pay us just to sit in your pocket and do nothing. We expect you to use the resources, which is why we provide them. Partly why I'm here. Cheating on a non-social media day. There's Manna Manjaro, yes. So you know what? I'm going to ask him. So the comment says that Manna Manjaro does stream from TikTok and YouTube at the same time. I will ask him because I love his stuff. But you have to have a certain key through TikTok, and apparently only some people get it, and nobody can figure out why. And I emailed TikTok this week and asked. I played a little bit of a blonde moment there and was like, I can't find mine because I don't have it. But I would really like to have it just because I want everyone in the same place. I use the resources and just hang out. Thanks. And that's perfect. That's perfect. You get to see my dog. I know I can't use the outside office for much longer. It'll start getting chilly out here. I'll start putting more clothes on. And sweatshirts and hoodies. That doesn't change much. I'm just so excited to, I don't know, do my thing. I told 2 patients this yesterday. We talked about it in our patient live. So we have a Wednesday night patient live. We're going to have a Tuesday patient live. And I was telling patients that this is literally my dream job. Like I've always wanted to make a difference, right? That's why you become a doctor. I think. I hope. It shouldn't be for the money. I'll be honest. There's a lot of things you can do, especially now in the age of technology. You can do things that are easier for more money. It's the calling, like freaking calling. And now I get to help. Like, okay, so right now I've got 11 people, I think, watching. 7. Oh yeah. Okay. 11 messages, right? This is Brainiac here figuring this out. I swear to God, I'm a doctor. 7 people watching, right? I'm chatting for 20 minutes. I reached 7 people in 20 minutes. That's a huge deal. And maybe it wasn't anything earth shattering and profound. Maybe it's just the inspiration. Morning. Maybe it's just the inspiration that you can do what you want no matter your age, right? That's what really pissed me off about that voice in my head this morning. If my YouTube channel is watchams.com, and that's, well, if you're watching on YouTube, you probably know that. But that was my short this morning because this voice was like, you're too old to want what you want. I mean, Louise Hay started Hay House, I think, at 80. I mean, how amazing. You have someone in your office with you today. That's awesome. Bring them on. Bring them on. Let's see. I'm looking to see. All right. Aurora's on YouTube. I need to see where everybody is. So I'm going to take a second and be distracted while I pull up Facebook and see who's on what. Because I'm watching the chat come through, but I can't tell where they're coming from. All right. Here's my live. I mean, so the really funny thing, Linda, I knew that was you. Brian's here. Oh, Brian was bureaucrat comment. Yeah, that's freaking amazing. Yeah, I know. Friggin' amazing. Which is good because usually I would be poloing Brian and telling him all my bitches. So I get to complain to 7 people at once, 8 now. so this is good. All right. So Wave is actually pretty good. I tried Restream with Neil the other day and it was real laggy and then it shut down. And that was after 5 minutes. So we've had 21 minutes so far. It's doing the thing. If I could nail this TikTok thing, it would be amazing. I'll still do TikTok lives because I know conspiracy theories and all. But I do like TikTok. I reach a lot of people. And if I can make a difference, I'll use the Chinese. I'll use them for what they're worth. That and pretty much everything I order from Amazon. If you don't follow Nobody Cares Anthony, please go follow. Everything's made in China these days. That was his last video. He does misspellings, and it's so funny. But yeah, everything's made in China. Everything. CHIMA. That was yesterday's. So today's mug, right? I love words. Shocking, I'm sure, when this thing never stops. But today's mug is enjoy the journey. I have a mug that a very good friend in the ER who I miss working with bought me. It says, first I drank the coffee, then I saved the lives. And I haven't used that mug since my emergency medicine career went to minimum because I felt like I'm not really saving lives. I don't think that's true. I think, hey, maybe that's that voice in my head again, right? Unfortunately, it's not like a schizophrenic voice where I can have a conversation. I just need to shut it down. Aurora said, doing low carb and fasting, but would love to have some help with tirzepatide. Yeah, I hear you. You won't have to do low carb. I do intermittent fasting, actually. We'll talk a little bit about nutrition since I love this stuff and I don't want to go anywhere. So Aurora said she does low carb and fasting. Yeah, you contact Nikki. She'll get you set up she'll get the prescription on the way to your house in 24 hours. All right, we got this. And it's Thursday. She works all day, every day. We're trying to break ourselves of that habit. So yeah, she's got you. And I'll let her know you're on the way. Actually, I think if I tag her here, I don't know how to do, I don't think I can tag her. Damn, that was pretty good though. That was a good thought. But so nutrition wise, I could not diet the way that I used to diet. Well, I couldn't diet at all at the end, but yeah. Well, so yeah, let's talk about low carb and fasting. So low carb, this is experience, right? This is not medical advice at all. I personally did low carb because I was trying to lose weight and fix my glucose, right? I was trying to lose weight, trying to do something. Like I was miserable and I felt terrible. My joints ached and all the things. So now come to find out in the end, it's not low carb I needed. It's a specific, it's a range of refined carbohydrates. If I eat too many refined carbohydrates, I don't care how skinny I am, my body feels like crap. So, but it's not low carb. Intermittent fasting people will use because it's a way to control calories. I read all the stuff. I read all the things. I used to think it was magic, right? You got to do low carb. It increases longevity. Well, what increases longevity is having metabolic repair. So intermittent fasting is a way to decrease your calories. There's no magic. I use intermittent fasting because it allows me to, most days I fast for 13 hours or more a day. That's mental for me because I want more than half my day to not be thinking about food. Sometimes that food noise creeps in. So When I hit the zero fasting button, I use the Zero app because it's free and fun and it's easy. I use the Zero app and I hit it. When I hit that fasting button, it is a mental delineation for me that now I go do other things and live my life, and I'm done eating for the day. I still have a habit of eating too late in the day, which gives me reflux at night. It helps with that. That's what I do. I do cycle carbs. It's hard to exercise low carb. It is. It is. We are changing lives. Yeah, no, I'm hoping. I'm hoping. So yeah, you can absolutely. All right. So intermittent fat. So if you have low glucose and low insulin, if you did intermittent fasting, now I just don't. I think it has to have a purpose. And the purpose of intermittent fasting is to make it mentally and physically easier for some people to lower calories. If we don't need to do that and we have the food noise calmed down and we have our appetite suppression from tirzepatide, for example, it may not be necessary. And most of us intermittently fast when we sleep, right? If you sleep for 8 hours, you're not eating for 8 hours. Your body gets to rest and digest. So it's fine, right? And if you eat, say, 3 times a day, then you're not eating in between those. So it's a pretty nuanced thing, believe it or not. But I used to say, oh, intermittent fasting is the way to go. Yes. So nutrient timing. When you fuel your workouts with carbohydrate, absolutely. Nutrition with Wendy Earlbeck, but her site on social media and such is, and her actual website is Nutrition with Wendy with an I. She is amazing. She does a lot of adolescent and young adult nutrition, but I mean, let's be real. Like, it's the same for people, right? We may not work out as much as a high school athlete, but we still want to do activities and be present for those sort of things. Yes, I stop eating by 6 p.m. to prevent reflux. So what I also found out is that when I eat crap until 6 p.m., I still get reflux. That's been my test this week, but I'm actually getting to a point where I feel like I'm ready to make changes without the frantic feeling of I've got to fix everything today, which is really nice. I'm not binging anymore, but I still eat a lot of crap because those grooves in my brain tell me those foods will make you happy and you know it. If you're happy and you know it, grab the Doritos. And they will make me happy. Because that's what they're designed to do, right? Those hyper palatable foods, it's sweet, salty, and crunchy together, especially. And that's like, it's not unique. It's a biological thing. If it's sweet, salty, fatty, and crunchy, all 40. I mean, think chocolate covered potato chips, right? Maybe that's just me. Or what's it? Hold on. There was one Ben and Jerry's that had potato chips in it. That thing was really good. Netflix and chill. I think that's it. And yeah, this is how I roll. But Netflix and chill was so good because it's cold, it's creamy, it's salty, it's crunchy, it's like all the things. It's perfection. Except for the fact that my joints ache for 4 days after, and I have reflux all night long. So yeah, it's not really chill, right? And I'm a volume addict by trade. So I don't have I heard it said last night, I got lost in comments for 20 minutes last night. I'm going to stop at 30 minutes. So I'm timing myself. I got lost in these comments last night on a post arguing that food addiction is a thing, right? And addicts have lost the power of choice. So they can't take the first bite, right? Or the first drink or the first injection. I mean, like, seriously, it's a big deal. Like, addiction is real. We know this, but you can't take the first step in that direction because, and for me, it's situational as well. We can't take the step in that direction because if I do something compulsively, eating wise, I don't have the power to stop. So, it's like with alcohol, the saying that, one drink is too many and 1,000 isn't enough. So, just don't go there. It's just a little harder with food because it's pretty nuanced. For me, it's situational. So anyhow, yes, heading out now. Good, because I got 30 seconds. I'm making myself stop. I got to keep myself on task, which never happens. So anyhow, thank you everybody for hanging out today, testing out my broadcast. I think Wave is going to be the way we go because it seemed to work great. And I loved it. And I got all my comments. So we'll be popping in here and there.